Hey, what's up guys? This is going to be more of a serious video. I just learned that there's an Anarchy V2 or a second Imposter Anarchy, which is, I'm going to say, ruining our name because of all the scummy things that they're doing. And I actually have a big list that I'm going to go through right now. The first thing is that this other Anarchy, they have this cheat voting system, which initially put them at the top of a few different top lists, even though they had like maybe 30 players at the time. You can see now that they've dropped to 5th place because some servers have surpassed them because I don't know, they're using a cheat voting system, and hopefully they get caught for using this cheat voting system, because at the moment they have 7,764 undeserved votes. I'll show you really quick like a different top list. They have 200 votes on other top lists, so it doesn't make any sense why on some top lists they'd have 7,000 votes, and on the other top lists, which are the actual legit amount of votes, it's 200. So that makes no sense. And yeah, so on Top G they are cheating. They used to be at number 1, and they used to be above servers that are probably doing legitimate votes like ICOV, which is sitting here at 5,000 votes. I can only assume that all the servers above ICOV right now are probably using the same cheat voting system. Soulplay, none of these servers have as many players as ICOV, and maybe if you added all of these players up from these other 7 servers, you'd get ICOV's player count. ICOV has like 800 players on right now. I'll go to their website right now basically just to prove it, that they have tons and tons of players right now. But I have to actually go to their correct URL. They should fix that. But you can see here that it says there are 825 players online on ICOV. And then on this second top list is Top 100 Arena. You can see Anarchy is sitting at 19,725 votes. It's up there with PK Honor. It's up there with Soulplay. I know for a fact that PK Honor, they had like 100 players one time I checked. Maybe they have more now. Soulplay should have a few hundred players. These top lists just don't make any sense. Like, Anarchy is sitting here with tons and tons of votes, and they have less than 100 players guaranteed, and they're above Alodic, they're above Eden, they're above Simplicity, which Simplicity I guarantee has a few hundred players. Rope PK probably has a few hundred players. Like, these top lists don't make any sense, and Anarchy is just really abusing it the most at the moment. They used to be number 1 on both Top G and Top 100 Arena. They're just making us look bad. They're going to make us look like some sort of cheater, or yeah, like the name association with them right now is just not going to look good. But yeah, so the third thing is, there on social media, if you look up Anarchy Rsps, you should easily be able to find our server, the original, and you would figure out, oh, I don't actually want to make a second Anarchy because it's already out there. There's been videos made by Didyscape 4 months ago. This is very recent stuff. Vidic 2 months ago. Let's see who else made, like Wrecked You. All the biggest YouTubers. Sohan has made a video. Frim has made tons of videos for us. It's ridiculous that they didn't look up beforehand whether or not they were actually stealing another RSPS's name. And if you look up, Lawless RSPS was the name of this Imposter Anarchy. Before they became Anarchy, they used to be called Lawless. There's barely any videos about this Lawless RSPS, and I almost guarantee there's not going to be any videos for this Imposter Anarchy, which they become. They're just going to bring traffic to our server probably. When people look up their server name in YouTube, they're just going to see my server's videos from all the YouTubers that I've paid and hired, and they're sitting here and spending money on cheat votes, which probably cost a lot less, and is possibly being more successful right now because they do have more players than us. They have like 70 players where we're only sitting at 20 to 30 players. It's just a little bit ridiculous that this is how the RSPS scene works at the moment. And the next thing I'm going to move to is their updates. They have 3 days worth of updates, whereas we have at least 4 years worth of updates. I'm going to show you right now. We have absolute massive amount of updates. We have all the way from July 15th, 2019 down to like 2015 of December. I'm going to scroll through one of these update pages. It's just absolutely massive, the amount of updates we've done. One of the next things I want to mention is that on Discord, they only have 26 members online, where for a server that's literally in the top 10, you would expect them to have way more Discord members online. We have, let's see, 84 members online, like 300 members total. We have 3 to 4 times as many Discord members online as they do. and it leads me to wonder whether or not most of their players online like are AFK, or most of their players online are even real. I bet they're real and they're AFK, and a lot of the servers have this problem, and a lot of people assume that since a player count is super high that there must automatically be like tons of active players. That's not necessarily true. There could be so many players bank standing and basically just imitating the fact that it's like a popular server, even though there's just no AFK timer to log them out, kind of like old school RuneScape or RuneScape 3. Like, yeah, if your player count's kind of low, less than 100, you're not going to really need to use an AFK timer because it's not really too much of a burden on your server. But anyway, like, who's to say whether or not this other anarchy just has like a bunch of AFK players online all the time? I don't know, maybe they do have more real players than my server, but if they do, then they're definitely not legitimate or like deserving players. They're just abusing the top list to be able to get this amount of player count. I almost guarantee that the most money they've spent on advertising is by spending money on fake votes to get themselves into the top 10 of these top lists, even though they had like almost no players when they were getting 10,000 votes, 20,000 votes. It's really, really ridiculous that they were able to do this for themselves. But basically that's it. They said we confronted them and we're hoping that they're going to change their name. They said they might do it by October. That's a really long time frame. I almost guarantee that they're not going to change their anything by October. They're not going to change their name probably. This dude literally ran a server called Lawless. I almost guarantee that he doesn't go by the rules. He just does whatever he can to get to the top, and it doesn't even matter. Sure, this isn't a great server that you want to play. It's just got a whole bunch of cheating and lies associated with it, and it's possibly going to make us look bad in the long run. People might assume that we're somehow related. This is like our 3.17 version of our server, and we already get DDoSed kind of hard for putting up tons of videos on like Frim's, Vidix, Sohan's channel. Like, I don't know, we're already getting attacked a whole bunch for doing legitimate YouTube videos, and they're sitting over here cheating, and like, I don't know. I hope that they get banned off the top list basically, but it's just going to be almost impossible to prove that they're the ones trying to boost themselves to the top list. But I almost guarantee they're paying hundreds of dollars to put themselves in the top 10 and not paying hundreds of dollars for YouTube videos, which they could also easily be doing. They found a cheaper route, and I guess it's working. Hopefully people can see through the charade of lies, and basically this server is just not a good server to play. But that's the end of the video, so peace.